There is a separate world of wise, of wisdom, and of fools. All three live in a different world altogether. They all think that they are going to be correct, but only few of them are correct, and only few circumstances that go on to make them correct. Now understand this. When you understand others, it is intelligence. When you understand yourself, it is true wisdom. Now, understanding others is not too a difficult job, but then understanding yourself, who you are, not what exactly is your name, who you are, why you do certain things, how do you going to perceive certain things, how is it that you're going to react it, what will be your action after some time. So when you understand it, then only then you will be in a position to take care of your merits and demerits. Mastering others is strength. That means when you go on to master other people, that is of course strong, because that goes on to make you strong. But when you go on to master yourself, it is true power. You know that you can go on to control yourself. You know that you can mold yourself. You know that you have to move up till a line point. You know that you have to withdraw at certain point of a time. That is why it is called as true power. That means the whole of the world will go on to dance to your to your tunes, if you are able to master yourself. And he who knows others, of course, is wise. But anyone who knows himself is always going to be enlightened. Now that is the significance of being a wise person. When truth presents itself, the wise person sees the light, takes it in, makes adjustments. Can you imagine what the fools will do? The fool tries to adjust the truth so that he does not have to adjust to it at all. Both of them going to perceive in a different manner. That is, a fact is given to you, the wise person will take it, he will go to see some positivity into it, make some adjustments in himself so that he can adapt to it, utilize it, and then can go to move ahead, go on to take care of his aspirations. The fools always try to adjust the truth so that they do not have to adjust to it at all. The fools judge people from their own narrow perspective. The wise is intellectually placed. He judges people from others' perspective as well. Therefore, the greatest sign of being wise is to engage a thought without agreeing to it. And when we are engaging a thought, we are listening. We are always very receptive. The more amount of information that you're going to receive, the better is it that you are going to be placed. Because then that goes into places you in such type of situation that you can actually go on to deal with it in a very good manner. Wise people know the process of coming to a logic. Fools always make judgments. They don't develop a process of logic. They are not in a position to logic out certain things. They're just going to come to a conclusion. That's a judgment. Wise are full of questions, and fools can only go to copy them as. A wise person is quick to identify truth. The manipulative person pretends that he understands the truth, and the fool is happy that the truth is a lie. They hardly happen to come to that of it. You can imagine the position and the condition of India at present. We are going to be talking about that there is certain type of a truth with respect to the socio-economic condition. A manipulative person, for example, the chief minister of one of those places where all the prime ministers and cabinet ministers go to live, he pretends that he understands the truth, and then the subjects, that means the entire of the population, is very happy that whatever the truth is, it is a lie. No one knows it better than you. That is, how is it that the people have responded to COVID-19, whether they have adjusted to it, whether they have responded to it, whether they have come to terms with it or not, that is very well known. Fools always settle for lies. They find it soothing to sow its seed. That is, what a fool will go to do is that he will go to pick up a lie, sow its seed, fertilize it, give it, water it as well, cultivate it, and then he will go on to bring out a big tree, and within the shadow of the tree he will go on to rest. That is what exactly that he is likely to believe. Fools settle for lies, and that's why they have a herd mentality. People who are leaders, people who are followers of truth, they never can go to have a herd mentality. Herd mentality is you don't apply yourself. It's like what you're going to see among your students. One student goes on to start taking an admission, maybe 100 students, and everyone starts following that in the trail of it. And that is foolishness. That is a real herd mentality. Fools drive pleasure, being fooled, believing that they are wise, and that is so true of that is a coaching mentality that the students can go on to have. They do go on to feel that they are whatever that they are thinking is going to be correct, and they keep on thinking in this manner, keep on thinking, and that is never ever correct at all. In contrast, wise people are always leaders with values, and therefore most of these wise people are going to be completely different. They are very alone because they think differently, they work differently, and they have a distinct identity which they go on to protect. They are thinkers who are surrounded by thoughts, if not by people. And because they are going to be surrounded by thoughts all the time, even though they are not surrounded by people, they do not go on to feel alone at all. And even if they are going to be surrounded by a good number of people, they can always be lonely because they are in their own thoughts also. That's why the wise men can always be found alone, and the weak are always going to be found in a crowd. The weak always look for people who are like them, who they can influence, and they keep changing viewpoints. That means there may be someone else right now, another person next time, another person next time, because we are going to be talking about that the fools are they like people who are like them, so that they don't have to make adjustments in this case, and they always will going to like people whom they can go on to influence. They do not like people who can go on to be strong enough in this case. They are always laggards. That means they are going to be in the back. They don't go on to follow certain things in the front, because they are followers and they have a herd mentality. They are part of the crowd and they follow the crowd as well, because they cannot go on to create anything on their own at all. In contrast, the wise have an identity that they go on to make, an identity that which they can go on to get themselves identified. The weak and the fool harps on imitating that identity because they can't have this identity. But they live in a fool's world. They think that they are the wisest person to be existing.